19 minutes it is now past 7 o'clock. A headline in July read, Joburg Mayor Gwamanda ready to resign if coalition demands. Another, Joburg Mayor Kabelo Gwamanda to resign in August, says ANC. And of course, some residents calling for the mayor to resign because he has failed us. They are quoted. But recent headlines saying the mayor wants to leave only in Christmas. Around that time, we're joined now by the mayor of the city of Joburg, Kabelo Gwamanda. Mayor, a very good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Africa, and good morning to your listeners.
Let's clarify for the listeners, shall we? If asked by a coalition to resign, are you going to resign? Or, as your leader, Khanif Hendricks, has indicated, you will be staying until Christmas if you can?
No, thank you very much. So I think it is important for me to bring, or rather to allay concerns about the Christmas issue. Nobody is aware of any discussions in relation to the mayor staying until Christmas. The term ends in 2026, but that is not the subject. The subject of discussion are ongoing conversations amongst political parties that would constitute the government of local unity in the city of Johannesburg. And as far as who then becomes or who remains the executive mayor is the prerogative of political parties who make that determination. So whether I have a view or my party has a view or a different party has a view, it is not a prevailing view in the absence of a collective decision.
What conversations then are underway as far as the parties that make up the government of the city of Johannesburg? The ANC concluding its NEC Lekgotla earlier this week, indicating that as early as next Tuesday, they would like to call for a special sitting of the Council of the City of Johannesburg. Is that true? Is that going to go ahead? And are you going to be asked to resign ahead of that?
Look, I'm not an ANC member. That's the first part. I have no part in ANC internal processes that they undertake. What I am responsible for in the immediate, as the current custodian of the coalition, is how we move forward with the political program of the government of local unity. Engagements and discussions surrounding the mayorship, those are discussions that need to be concluded and agreed upon by the political parties that are in the government of local unity.
Do you believe that you are the right man to be leading the city of Johannesburg?
So I think the response to that should be looked at in a retrospective view, because from the time that I was requested to become the mayor of the city of Johannesburg, I had no engagement with anyone in relation to an ambition of becoming the mayor in the city of Johannesburg. As a matter of fact, I had no ambition of taking any position, whether MMC or chairperson of Section 79 oversight committees. My only desire at the time was to ensure that we put in place a government and administration that would look into the issues that were a big challenge in the city of Johannesburg, in particular surrounding stabilizing the administrative wing and ensuring that we deploy administrative justice for all the employees in the city of Johannesburg that would have undergone immense trauma under the then coalition between the Democratic Alliance and Action SA. But in terms of who is the right candidate to lead the city of Johannesburg, that is the prerogative of the political parties that have been elected to form part of the council in the city of Johannesburg. And it is not for me to either disagree or agree on any level. but it's for the collective to take a decision and we move forward.
Fair enough. Obviously, recently, the introduction of the electricity surcharge of 230 Rand a month has really received a lot of backlash from the citizens of Johannesburg, who just simply cannot afford it, and the city needing to review that decision. When you drive around the city of Joburg, there are questions around infrastructure, roads, literally buildings, traffic lights that seem to work or not work. Many people complaining that the city is not being cleaned regularly enough for people to be attracted to come and work in the center of town. And when you consider the address by President Cyril Ramaphosa for the opening of Parliament earlier this year, it seems that this administration wants to focus on local municipality level as far as drivers of economic growth. Joburg is at the center of that. This is where money is made. And this city, you will have to agree, is facing far too many challenges, is it not, in order for it to meet its obligation to its citizens and to contribute to a growing economy in South Africa.
I will attempt to respond to the comment. So let me just make reference to my two predecessors. When Councillor Tara Morero became the executive mayor, that was then disputed by the Democratic Alliance and then taken to court. The first, he was labeled the mayor of Jojo Tanks because as the government, we had identified water as a critical challenge that needed to be addressed by the administration, and he was ridiculed. Subsequent to that, his successor, Mayor Kabelo Gwamanda, indicated the fact that we needed to address the issue of potholes. But generally, in terms of road reinstatements as well, after the fixing of burst pipes every now and then, he was then deemed the mayor of potholes. Now, the essence of what I'm trying to tell you is that the city of Johannesburg has had long-standing issues that we are attempting through our OPEX budget to resolve. However, that would not have been sufficient. Hence, the city of Johannesburg has tabled turnaround strategies for our service delivery entities. And these strategies would then be supported by the National Treasury on the basis that the city does not have financial capacity to be able to resolve all the challenges in one term. It's a 5-year plan across City Power, Joburg Water, as well as JRA, for us to begin to resolve the critical issues that is causing a discomfort on the part of our residents. Now, there's no one that is disputing the level and the nature of challenges that we are faced with. However, it's a collaborative effort. But in the inner city in particular, we have begun to partner with civil society, non-profit organizations, other organs of state, for us to re-establish what we call the Inner City Partnership Forum. It has been reactivated for the past 8 months, and the work that has been done there is remarkable. I mean, we have responded to the reinstatement of the Mandela Bridge. That has been neglected for the longest of time. We are continuing to make the slightest difference that we can within the confines in the immediate.
Well, a lot of WhatsApp messages I'm getting, Mayor, are from people like Robert, who said, if you get one thing right, sort out the lighting on main roads like Winnie Mandela Drive and Beyers Nodia. Winnie Mandela and Beyers must be turning on their graves, suggests Robert on the WhatsApp line. So a lot of infrastructure work that needs to be done. I think you will agree. For the moment, the Mayor of City of Joburg, and he will be there for as long as the political parties that govern the City of Joburg wish him to be, Mayor Kabelo Gwamanda.
Current events. Developing stories.
Tough questions.
Your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.